Good evening from InvestSharp.com. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, November the 19th market update. Had a pretty decent day in the market, about the best you could expect considering, with the huge rally yesterday. We actually held up really well today, so that was a pretty bullish sign. The dollar was down today. Gold and silver were up. Copper was mostly flat, and oil was down. Light sweet crude futures were down 34 cents to settle at $81.51 a barrel. So we're looking here at the dollar ETF UUP. So there hasn't really been, other than here, there's been no selling or buying much in the dollar. Really low volume through here, so it's just kind of drifting lower on its own here. Over to the West Texas Intercrude point and figure chart. Actually, there we go. Let's move that up a little bit so you can see it. So we're never did go back on a sell signal. We got this bullish price objective of $105 a barrel, and we're still right in here. So we haven't moved much. So it's holding up all right. Let's go take a look at the indices. Start off with the Dow. The Dow closed up 22 points, up 0.2% at 11,203. And we've got some resistance right here probably. I mean, it did take the downtrend line out a little bit, but we're probably going to have some resistance somewhere around this 11,200, 205, whatever. I mean, there could be some resistance. We did get a nice bounce here off the MACD that I use. I mean, it's bounced, and there, sure enough, we bounced here again. But it, looks pretty good, holding up pretty well. The S&P closed up a whole 3 points up in, up to that resistance at 1200 level. Could be some short-term resistance, but again, it held up well. And then the NASDAQ closed at 2518. It was up a little bit. Also, some possible resistance around this level. And the NASDAQ was actually the weakest, being up only 0.15%. The NASDAQ was the weakest today, and the Russell actually had the largest percent gain for the third day in a row. The Russell was up 0.49% today. And so that kind of, being that this has been the leader now for 3 days in a row, I would think it's going to take a rest. So, it just can't continue to move up, be the strongest too many days in a row. Maybe we'll get another day, but we'll see. But the market's holding up well, so it looks pretty promising. And, we're getting into that time of the year that typically does pretty well. And hopefully history repeats itself. Take a look at gold, GLD. Not really much buying in gold. It did come down here and it broke down here, but now it's got some resistance level up here. It's got the 30-day above it. It's got the trend line, but again, holding up all right. Silver's been much stronger. Silver's very strong, looking really good. Copper via the ETF JJC. Copper still hanging out, about running into the 30, ran into the 30 again today. No really buying or selling, really light volume today. And then the VIX. VIX is down back to where it has bounced. It bounced and it's bounced, so it bounces down here. So we'll see what happens down here again. We could have another little dip here before we go higher. I wouldn't be surprised. Not necessarily the VIX, just the market. But it definitely seemed really bullish today. And the volume today was really light. Volume was, depending on if you look at the SPY or the diamonds, the IWM or the Qs or whatever, it was about 15 to 30% less than average daily volume. So not many players today. Let's go take a look at the McClellan oscillator. And this is the going to take a look at the NYSE McClellan. All right. So we're right at minus 20. We're very neutral. Overbought would be up here. Oversold was when we got down here. So we're pretty neutral. We could go either higher or lower from here. Back over to these sectors. So 9 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green. Semi-index had the largest percent gain of 1.61%, and the home construction index was the weakest, down 1.1%. 1.01%, sorry about that. So retail, oil service, a lot of these doing pretty good here. Gold getting a little bit of bounce. Industrial transportation looking good. Overall, it's a pretty good day in the market. So of course on Fridays I don't do chart watch on Fridays because I'll put together and post my weekly watch list on Sunday. So let's go over here and take a look at some of the charts here. Of course, the current market signals, there's no change here. The Dow did go on a sell signal. It has this bearish price objective, but these two have still remained on buys and they're holding up, pretty well. So let's take a look at the point figure charts. So here's the Dow. So we went in there, went on a sell signal here. We printed, we took out the prior column of O's, working our way back up. S&P. S&P, of course, I mean, we went on that. We've had this big, bullish or huge rise here, and pulling back here. So it still looks really good. Still on a buy signal. Got a price objective of 1590. Nasdaq. Nasdaq, back up to this. This is like this is a big breakout area for it. Of course, we did print one box, on a breakout here, and then we reverse. But we are looking like an ascending pattern here. As you can see, we're making these higher lows, which looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the Russell. So the Russell, it looks like it's in a triangle. As far as the point and figure chart goes here, you can see, right? So we're making these lower highs, but we're making higher lows. So the Russell's going to have to, give here as far as breakout and go higher or a breakdown. But it does look like a little symmetrical triangle has been developing here in the Russell. Take a look at gold. This is the continuous contract. So gold, of course, did never, it's still on a buy signal. Bullish price objective is $1,610 an ounce, and this is calculated per the point and figure chart. So we come down here and we did test this support area on gold, and then we've, reversed back up into here. So gold's looking good. Silver, of course, has been much more bullish. It's been on quite a run, and so it not really, it's already met the bullish price objective because it really hasn't built out a new pattern since it's gone on this run. So it hit the 29, so it was met, and then we're still going to take some time to develop a new pattern. And copper, it did go on a sell signal. So we're actually on a sell signal on copper. When it broke out below the prior column of O's here. And so it's reversed. We're back up in here. We're about near the midpoint of the breakout. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, if we were to get this bearish on copper and go down here, which I don't think we will, the market would be probably not too great for copper to sell back this far. So I don't think that scenario will play out. But per the point and figure chart, we are on a sell signal and we're working our way back up. So. Let's see here. That's really all I have for today. We don't have any economic data on Monday, so another light day for news. There's some bond auctions and stuff. There's always that going on. So that is all I have for today, and have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.